Eli 5. Why did the ozone layer hole form over Antarctica and not anywhere else's? It's actually an interesting study in how our atmosphere works. The majority of ozone-destroying chemicals were emitted by industrialized nations, which at the time were largely in the northern hemisphere. This makes sense. The US and Europe were cranking them out, Paraguay and Botswana not so much. What happened first is those gases mixed in the lower atmosphere and slowly made their way into the upper atmosphere. The lower atmosphere's prevailing winds are strongest at the equator, so they got sucked up and pushed into the lower atmosphere around the equator, where they went up into the upper atmosphere. But up there the prevailing winds are poleward, north to North Pole and south to the South Pole. So it makes sense the gases would be collected in the upper atmosphere at the pole. Why specifically Antarctica? What's different from the North Pole versus the South Pole? Land. The North Pole is mostly islands, icebergs, and ocean, but the South Pole is a fucking continent, Antarctica. Antarctica causes a huge disturbance in the upper atmosphere, air swirling around it, creating a sort of air fence, trapping the gases inside the air fence above Antarctica. So the ozone-depleting gases did damage the ozone everywhere, the North Pole included. But they lingered and created a hole above Antarctica specifically because they got collected there, then trapped there, then lingered there and ate away a hole. Fun fact, polar bears are only found at the North Pole, penguins are only found at and around Antarctica. So sorry Coca-Cola, polar bears and penguins do not live together. In fact, Arctic means equals place with bears, and Antarctic means place with no bears.